The government has forecast the value of outstanding student loans to be in the region of £560 billion at today's prices by the middle of this century. Currently, around £20 billion a year is loaned to 1.5 million students in England alone each year, and the value of those loans outstanding at the end of March 2021 reached £141 billion. So quite naturally, the government is motivated to do something about it. So that's why you've heard on the news the plans to restrict student loans to those that have at least a pass in GCSE Maths and English. An analysis done by UCAS, which is the University College and Application Service, suggests that 10% or thereabouts of university applicants do not have English and Maths GCSE passes when they leave school. Alistair Jarvis, who is the Chief Executive of University's umbrella group Universities UK, said the government should expand opportunity, not constrain it, and that placing a cap on aspiration by reducing the number of places for people to study at university is bad for individuals, the economy and society. But the competing argument is that with the rising number of students going to university and obtaining degrees, that this is somehow watering down the quality of those degrees, and so they are less valuable and perhaps runs contrary to the argument that it's good for the economy. The Department for Education, on the other hand, says that it's concerned that not all students receive the same quality of teaching and that many students become saddled with debt for courses with poor job prospects. Taking the BTC as one example, perhaps one of the most competitive, I admit, which is obviously the bar professional training course to become a barrister. Last year, there were around 3,000 students that went on the course, which, depending on where you study, is in the region of £15,000. However, once students complete that course and qualify as a barrister, they cannot yet practice. They must first undertake pupillage, which is the vocational stage of training. Given that there are only around 300 pupillage places each year, and with the backlog, there's over 10,000 people a year looking for pupillage. So you might ask, what's my opinion on all of this? Well, you might think that I'm slightly biased in that I went to bar school, I got my pupillage, I have a first-class law degree and a distinction Master of Laws, but I can tell you, therefore, from experience, that having these degrees most definitely increases your earning potential and your career prospects. So if somebody wants to do that, I can only recommend that you do pursue these degrees and master's degrees and MBAs perhaps, because they certainly do improve your earning and career prospects. And so to that end, I want to tell you about a couple of events that are coming up in London, which just by attending will make you eligible for exclusive scholarships. The events are being organised by topuniversities.com, which, if you're not familiar with them, they are world renowned for university rankings, which is run by QS.com or Quacquarelli Simmons. Now, just to be clear, this is not a sponsored video. I am not being paid to talk to you about these events. I've been offered payment and I declined. But because of the topic that I'm talking to you about and how I feel about education and degrees and so on, I thought it was important to tell you about these events anyway. So there are two events that are going to be on the 5th of March, just over a week from now. One of them is going to focus on Masters and PhDs, and the other one is going to focus on MBAs, Master of Business Administration. There's going to be over 30 of the world's top universities and 20 of the top business schools there, including LBS, Imperial, Warwick, UCL, HEC of Paris, and there's also going to be alumni there from Harvard and Oxford. As I said earlier, just by turning up, you'll become eligible for exclusive scholarships. You'll get a free professional headshot to use in applications and on your LinkedIn and your CV and so on. And you'll have the benefit of expert careers and admissions advice whilst you're there. So if you want to check that out in any more detail, I've put the links in the description below. So you might recall from my previous video that I heard someone before criticise master's degrees, saying that it isn't much extra from another course. But I firmly disagree, because having done it, it's a lot of work and it certainly enhances your earning potential and your career prospects thereafter. So do let me know in the comments what you think about this student loan situation. Check out these events if you're interested in taking up one of those degrees, and as always, thank you for watching.